so we're recording now. All right, Brian. So what I want to go through with you today is the last hindrance of the mind. All right. And the last hindrance of the mind. So the hindrances of the mind are actually things which happen in the mind and they prevent us from actually being calm. And this is like the aim of everyone to be really calm, grounded. And when you are there, you are at your peak of your consciousness, let's say, you're very aware and everything happens naturally for you when you are at that state. But there are things which block the mind. And one of the hindrances of the mind is actually doubt. When you
Oof.
start doubting, okay? Now,
Yeah.
you have it at two different levels, all right? There is one doubt where you doubt yourself. That's one thing. And then there's another doubt where you doubt the practice. For example, there may be a thought that comes to your mind and tells you, oh, why are you sitting down and meditating? You're wasting 15 minutes. You could be productive and do something. So that kind of thought may come to your mind. That's a doubt. Or
Yeah.
you're meditating and then you only get that rush of thoughts. You say you don't get to achieve that peace you've been finding in meditation. Then you start doubting. You tell yourself, does that thing really work? Okay.
Yeah.
Or
Okay. Yeah.
some days you get a high, the other days you don't get a high in meditation. Then you say, maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe I should be in a certain posture. Maybe I need to have a candle. I need to have that incense. Maybe I need to read a mantra. I'm doing something wrong. So you start doubting
Right.
yourself. So these are the doubts that affect our practice and they prevent us from kind of being calm. So did the things I mentioned right now, do they resonate with you?
Oh my God, all the time. It's so hard. Like I could be thinking of the most simplest thing. I could be thinking about what do I want to eat, and I make a choice, and I'm like, nah, I don't want that. You want
Mhm.
something else. And I'm like, oh my God. Or like even when you said like when I'm meditating, sometimes I try so hard to like calm the mind down, and it doesn't
Mhm.
happen. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe I need to face this way, or maybe I need to like do some more
Mhm.
breathing, or and it's a constant flow sometimes, you know.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
And uh, and it's so hard to not doubt yourself.
Mm.
I know for myself it's hard because I
Mhm.
think I'm doing something brilliant, but then there's that little voice in the back of your head like going, no, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, all the time.
Yeah, so that's cool. So you know exactly what we're talking about.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Nice, nice. So that's actually one of the hindrances, doubt. And can we work around it? Maybe, maybe not. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. If you try to find the causes of these doubts, okay. One possible cause would be that someone is impatient. So you want to get that result, you know. So when you're sitting in meditation, you want to get peace. And
Mhm.
that attitude itself prevents you from getting peace, you see? So if you're always going and you're sitting meditation with an expectation, you're already disappointing yourself. It's not going to work out. So the attitude someone has when someone starts meditation is so important. So when you sit for meditation, you actually drop expectations. So it's going to be a bit counterintuitive what I'm telling you, but when you sit meditation, you should even drop the expectation of attaining peace.
Mm.
So if someone asks me, why do you meditate? Like sometimes I get that question from my wife. Oh, you waste your time. You're looking at the wall the whole time. What do you get? And usually my answer is nothing. And that's even more confusing, you know, because you actually sit with the expectation that there's nothing to achieve. There's nothing
Right.
to achieve. There's nothing to know. There's nothing to do. And you sit there. It's not an acquiring process where you're trying to get something. it's a process where you drop stuff. So when you're sitting, you actually, when thoughts come, you drop them. You don't associate yourself with the thoughts. When feelings come, you let them come, you feel something and you let them go. And thoughts come, or you planning stuff in your mind. I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to change house, I need to organize this and that. The world is not fair. Someone told me that. All these things come to your mind, it's
Mhm.
normal. You drop that too. So you
Yeah.
keep dropping till you reach somewhere where there's nothing to drop. And that's where it's the real you. So that's like the
Wow.
process of meditation. but but when you sit, you don't say, my aim is level 1, I drop thoughts, level 2, I drop feelings, level 3, I drop all my previous girlfriends, all the thoughts I have about them, level 4, my boss at work keeps annoying me, I drop thoughts about him or her. It's not this. I mean, it's only the human mind which plans stuff like that. But when you sit, you just drop anything that comes, whether it's joy or pain. You let them come, let them go till you reach there. And now the interesting thing people need to know is that every time you sit, you don't experience peace. It's fine. I mean, meditation is actually a reflection of yourself, right? When you sit, you meditate, it's as if you're looking at yourself in the mirror. And we don't do that in real life. That's an amazing metaphor or analogy we're using right now. It's as if you're looking at yourself in the mirror. What do people do in general? We try to make ourselves look good
Yeah.
right before going to work.
Uh-huh.
So that already has like that essence of craving. Okay, when we do that. But
Mhm.
when we sit to meditate, it's as if you're looking at the mirror and you're looking at what you really are, with the scars, the fights you had, the punches you had that kind of damage your nose, all the imperfections you have.
Mhm.
You just look at it like that, and you keep looking till you realize. I mean, even the face you're looking at right now, is that really you? I mean, it's a body given to you by your parents, so you actually go beyond that too. But
Yeah.
you see, that's the process.
Wow. Wow, dude, I never thought of it like that. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Wow. Like I know every time I look at myself in the mirror, like I'm looking at myself in the mirror right now, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, bro, like I can see, yeah, like you say, all the battle wounds, the sleepless nights, and all that. And especially like when I get up for work, I'm like, oh my god, I look terrible. But
Mm-hmm.
I yeah, dude, I think I know personally a lot for myself, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of other people, like they don't sit with themselves and just look at all of it and
Mm-hmm.
just accept it and just you know be peace with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's always like people are constantly trying to. I don't know if it's an ego thing, but it's kind of like they kind of try to, I guess, constantly make it like make themselves look good for
Mm-hmm.
for the world. But
Yeah.
the whole idea of sitting there and looking yourself in the mirror, I mean, that's deep, bro. That's really strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And especially through meditation like that is a new way to looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that the next time I sit down and I meditate, I'm gonna have that thought in my head,
Mm-hmm.
and that's gonna really bring down my doubt. Like
Mm-hmm.
I am me, like I am who I am.
Yeah.
Be peace with it. Don't doubt
Mm-hmm.
myself because I am
Mm-hmm.
living my truth. I am living my life the best way that I can, and I should accept it and be calm with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
It's true. It's true,
damn,
man. Yeah.
no,
But
that
do you know where the doubt comes from? I mean, why do we doubt ourselves? Because I think somewhere we think that we should be something else, or we don't accept ourselves fully, and
yeah,
we think we are lacking something, and and this is why it destabilizes people.
Mhm.
because they think they are not perfect, while each individual is perfect the way he or she is,
Yeah.
with the imperfections. Now, having said that, we
Yeah.
still try to improve the things we can.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing people can't grasp, because the mind tells you need to take sides. Okay, like for example, for us, you're either a DC fan or you're a Marvel fan. You have to take sides, but
Yeah.
deep down, you know how big Batman fans we are. But deep down, that doesn't prevent us from appreciating Spider-Man,
Right. Yeah. True.
isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't
Mhm.
have to take sides. So you are lacking things, yeah, okay, but that's fine as well. And you can
Mhm.
be both in a lacking position and in a fulfillment position also. I mean, these two exist together, meaning there are things we have to improve in ourselves, that's fine, but there are also things which are like our superpowers, and they both
Mhm.
coexist. Some people just look at how good they are at stuff, and they have that superiority complex. And some people just look at what they suck at, and they have that inferiority complex. It's not balanced. But actually, the way I look at it, I mean, the way I look at myself, to be honest, Brian, I know like these are my strengths. Like for example, I'm very good at maths. I teach maths. Philosophically, I see life in a very different way people can't see. But also, I'm bad at certain things. I'm bad with relationships, for example. I'm very good at giving advice. But if someone comes and apologizes to me, I have no reaction. I mean, I can be not human at some point. I feel nothing. That,
Mhm.
that doesn't mean I don't have feelings, but I'm very aware that socially sometimes, the way I am, I connect with people easily, but sometimes there is that disconnection, and that's just the way I am. But I kind of work on those things as well. So I make an
Mhm.
effort, to act normally, like normal people also. So you see both. You don't just see at places where you're bad, and you just don't see at places where you're super good. And that's us. So that's the perfect me with all the imperfections. I'm doing my best with what I have. And for you also, it's the same. It's not something we should be ashamed of and trying to hide or not show it in public. It's fine. It's like when you're angry, it's just one of your traits. You try not to do damage, but you don't try to
Mhm.
hide you're angry. Actually, repression causes more damage. So
Yes.
actually, that hindrance of the mind, doubt, it just opens so many doors, and we can actually talk about so many things.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Definitely. Yeah. Like, the doubt is the first step, and I feel like that opens the door to everything. And
Mm,
I guess the more you let the doubt, control everything in your mind,
mm,
like it will really depend on how the rest of your like the day or your life will go.
mm,
And
mm,
I guess too much self doubt obviously is just bad for you because you'll be always be questioning yourself.
mm,
But I like that whole having that balance.
mm,
Sure you'll have self doubt here and there, but you got to remember, I guess, just to like, those are thoughts. Like they don't control you.
mm.
You are a
Yeah,
perfect being.
yeah, yeah, true. I mean, it's embracing everything, your good qualities and the things which you don't quite like about yourself too. The middle way. We are both, and it's just the way things are. We have different people with different traits, and there is no perfection anyway. Once again, that's a human concept, that there is perfection. And look at how much damage it has done. Like, for example, when they try to sell a beauty product, they take the image of a woman and they Photoshop it so many times. They try to create an image, and now when people look at it, they think that's perfection, but actually it's
Mhm.
something that doesn't exist.
Right. Right.
And you start to look at yourself in a way that you feel you're not good enough.
Mhm.
There are two things the way I look at it. There are things happening which make people start to doubt themselves, think they're not good enough. But then on the other hand, you may have, let's say, an athlete who works so hard and lives in a very disciplined manner and is doing stuff, and you actually get inspired by it. That's a different
Yeah.
thing now. So you're not
Mhm.
you're getting inspired by someone, and you don't have that notion that I need to look like that, but you're just appreciating the work ethic of the other person. This is fine, but you
Mhm.
have the other side also where they drill that into the minds of people that this is perfection,
Right. Okay, I got you.
because we each
Now,
have our ideas of perfection when you think about
mhm. Yeah, that is true. We all have our ideals of what is perfect. Yeah. Um,
it. Yeah.
I, I guess my question would be like with the self doubt and just the doubt, like how can you, I guess, talk to yourself in a way or try to change your mind from the doubt that isn't hurtful to you. Like when people have like a lot of negative self doubt, they tend to like say negative
Mm,
things about themselves in their head. And I mean,
yeah.
sometimes it really hurts people or it really hurts, the own
Hmm.
psyche. So like
Yeah. Yeah.
what would you think would be like a good helpful to like kind of like not be so like accept the fact that you have the doubt, but like not be so negative towards yourself about it.
It's the balancing process once again, I would say. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
normal to have negative talk to yourself. I mean, it's natural. The nervous system is created in such a way that you do have feelings. So you do have that ego in your head that talks to you about negative things. But if it's too much, once again, we don't have that balance. Then you need to balance it by actually being grateful about stuff. And that doesn't come naturally if you have that negative
Right.
talk. So
Mhm.
start, sit down and look. And that's why in Tibetan Buddhism, there is a lot of emphasis on being grateful, being kind. So you start being grateful about the things you have in your life. Very
Mhm.
simple things like you're able to breathe clean air where you are in LA right now. In China, people don't have clean air to breathe. You can be grateful about that, being grateful
Mhm.
for having a job, being grateful for being able to actually be self-sufficient, meaning you're able to work, get enough money to feed yourself and your partner. Things like that, having an apartment where you're living in, being able to
Mhm.
go out and actually have a few good friends in your life. And usually we have that idea that we need lots of stuff. I was actually talking to a very young man, I think 1 month ago, and I was telling that teenage boy that because the teenage boy was in tears actually because of bullying and all that, and I told him,
Oh.
you just need one good friend in your life, and that's it. Because he had that complex that other people have so many friends, and it works out for them, and for me it doesn't. But then I said it's
Mhm.
not about numbers, and I keep telling that to people, and sometimes it doesn't click naturally, but I keep telling people you just need one good friend in your life. That's it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't need a lot. We think that we need to know so many people and create relationships and all that. You just need one to be happy. one
Mhm.
one friend who's very genuine. That's it.
Yeah.
It's actually
No,
very
totally, dude.
simple, and
Yeah.
each person will get that one weird friend who likes Batman, and and can talk about hours about it. So
Yeah.
It is, man. It's easy.
Mhm.
Even if, okay, let us change the context. Let's say I'm someone who believes in flat Earth, okay, which is
Okay.
not the case. Let's say I'm going to meet a random dude over the internet who is totally into it, and we can be good friends, isn't it?
Yeah.
You take the most
Totally.
extreme case, and
Mhm.
it will work out. Let's say someone is a transgender, that person is going to meet someone else. That's how the
Mhm.
world is. So it's not a world where you're going to be alone the whole time. It's not going to work out. The
Mhm.
world is created in such a way that you can easily connect to people. And the other misconception is you have to be identical to connect. No, it's not. You can be, I mean, for us, we can be good friends with people who like Marvel, for example. Given that we don't talk about comics because otherwise it's going to get into a fight, but we can actually
Yeah.
be friends, isn't it? So I love that example.
That's a good one. That's a good example.
That's a good one. Yeah, yeah. But I really do think people are too critical about themselves. So yeah, being grateful and seeing the good things happening in your life and the good things in you. What are your good traits? And that it's an exercise I usually do with people. What are your good traits, your strength?
Mhm.
And then you maximize on these things. Maybe you're a good athlete. Maybe you're very
Mhm.
good at public speaking. Maybe you're very good at planning stuff. That becomes your strength. So you go 100% into your strength so that you're able to be like that spark and things start working for you because you're focusing on your strength. But what do people end up doing? They end up spending so much time working on their weaknesses, and they're only going to be average at their weaknesses. Whereas if you go
Mhm.
fully into your strength, you're going to be unbeatable.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Yeah.
So you just need to know what you're very good at and just make yourself that powerhouse or whatever you want to call it. It's not about being
Yeah.
competitive, it's about being at your best
Mhm.
in whatever you're good at.
Oh, yeah,
So if we
man.
do those
Totally
things,
agree.
I think the doubts will just blow away.
All right. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, bro.
Mm,
Yeah, because yeah, you're always trying to, fix what your weaknesses are to try to get better at them. But I mean, yeah, like what you're saying totally makes sense, bro. Like
mm.
work on your strengths to become that beast.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Oh, that's
It's
sick. Okay,
it's like
I gotta.
if you try to compete with something you're bad at, you'll never win. If you look
Mhm.
at it in this way. But if you're taking your strength, that's that's the thing to do. Take your strength, elevate your strength, and then things will work out. But most of the time, people are overthinking about their weaknesses. Oh, I'm bad at this, I'm bad at that. But they hardly think about what they're good at. And everyone is good at something.
Mhm.
It's just the
Yeah, that's.
way it is.
Mhm. Yeah, everyone has something unique that's really their core strength.
Exactly. It's like
Oh,
the
that's.
superhero movies we have. Each superhero has their strength.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, we can learn so much from these movies, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
what's your? I think we need to create a podcast. What's your superhero strength?
Oh my god, dude. Yeah.
Or finding your superhero strength, something like that.
Yeah, I like it.
And and then just okay, let's code Batman Begins here. Um, you need to, you need to make yourself something more than a man. And Rage our goal say something to Bruce. If you devote yourself to an idol, then you become something more than a man. You become a legend, right? So I think that's
That's
it.
right. Yeah, that was a good quote right there.
Yeah, and we'll end with that code. What do you say, Brian?
All right, man. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Cool.
All
Yeah.
right, bro.